And we're back, live. Event 3, men's heat, Crash Crucible. Here with Bill Gardner, John Young. Some guests, I was going to say analysts, but I don't really think they're analysts. Some guest athletes we'll have on. Final 2 heats of today's show.
It's going to be super fun to get those guys on. First of all, we're going to have Mr. Jason Hopper and Mr. Dallin Pepper hanging out with us on the last 2 heats. You know what? These young guys are becoming divas, I think. What do you think, Matt?
Oh, hell yeah. This next generation of athletes, Gen Z softies. I don't even know what the Gen Z.
I don't know what Gen they are either.
Yeah. Gen soft and entitled. So what you guys are looking at here is the 3rd heat of the men's Event 3 finishing up as they're making their way down their last set of thrusters, which has been absolutely devastating to feel. This workout, I mean, I've been talking around, I know you've talked to a couple of the athletes too as well, and they're like, this workout is no joke.
It's weird that it's no joke when it's something that all CrossFitters have done. It's thrusters. I mean, okay, yeah, we got the pill. It's all weird. I understand that. You have the pill, you have pull-ups. Oh, hi, John.
Are you going to do this?
You going to get your microphone on? It's right here.
You going to take mine, bro?
Jeez.
You going to take mine?
John's back from being in bed with the boys.
Yeah, baby.
We can start the show now.
John just took a nap with his idols.
Yeah, he did. he was middle spooned.
Just like he got spooned by them in the High Rocks workout earlier this week.
No, I got forked by them in the High Rocks workout this week.
So you were saying it's thrusters, it's pull-ups. It shouldn't be difficult for them, but it is.
It shouldn't be difficult, but and it's just because of that pill. The way that thing, the way that you decide to hold that changes your thruster. And we've seen on the women's side, we saw what it did.
Right.
How you're going to hold that. Like if you had some sort of athletic prowess, if you had some experience on the team where you're used to side shouldering thrusters and what that's going to feel like, it's not exactly like the worm, but it's pretty dang close. And the athletes that don't have that experience, it has been slamming them.
Well, look at Joe here, and I think, yeah, you guys at home could see it on it. Like, he's just doing enough to actually, it's like a 50% moving the pill around his head, 50% moving his head around the pill.
All they say on the standard is there has to be space between your shoulder and the pill, and it's got to go from one side to the other side.
Yeah,
that's a decent time,
that's 100% of the standard. He is following it, and he's just really efficient at it.
And that was, we've seen a lot of athletes up to this point, women and men up to this point. A lot of movement over, really having to put all the weight of that pill on their arms as they're going back and forth. Some are way in the front where just the hands are moving, but the pill's just kind of rolling across the back, all the way to where if you look on the back, there's none of that that's happening. I mean, we saw that with Joe there. The pill barely came off his back.
Who's this? Is this Justin Rhodes right in front of us here in the green?
Yes.
He's doing exactly
Justin
what
Rhodes.
you're saying. Like, look how much effort he's taking to get it up over his head relative to Joe's, right? So he's working a lot harder. And I was talking to Colton right before this, and I was like, hey, have you done this workout? And he's like, yeah, I have. And I said, okay, so you splurged off the pill. And he said, the toughest part about it is it's so awkward and cumbersome. And John, you could probably speak to this. I know you played with it a little bit. Is that you're just always under tension.
Are you just saying that John's awkward and cumbersome?
Have you ever seen him run?
Awkward and cumbersome.
But he was talking about that you're just under tension the whole time.
Right.
With the barbell, there's points of relaxing, right? You could drive it over your head. You could take a breath. You could kind of ride it down. With the pill, it's forcing you into weird positions on the squat. We've seen people be higher on one leg than the other. We've seen them come to the toes. We've seen the hands slipping, especially on the second portion when it gets real sweaty. And all of that adds up to just more fatigue because you're tense the whole time. And we have Travis right here in front of us, and you could watch him. I mean, he's finding little spots to breathe, but he's still working, even standing up straight and holding that on his shoulder.
And the way he's holding it, like it lights up your lower back. And that's what people might not be able to see, and what regular thrusters might not do, that this does, is that when it's hanging off of you, all of that is just on your lower back. And when people are crushed and they're going slow, like you see in lane 3 here, where he just can't, he wants to pick it up, but he can't pick it up.
Right.
It's because your lower back is blown up.
Yeah.
And when your lower back's blown up, I don't know if anybody has experience with this, but you can't move.
Yeah.
Like, it's just nothing works.
It seizes everything up.
Yeah.
What do you think the difference is, John? What do you feel? Because you have played with the pill, a front rack position. Like, is there a place where you can rest with a front rack with a barbell versus constantly having to figure the balance and
overhead?
Nah. Yeah, that's true.
You know, when you're stacked up, yes, you're holding the weight, but you're stacked up. You can breathe. Your lungs are open. You're not
can rest.
you're not
It's
under
stacked.
tension.
There's no weight
You know what
on
I mean?
you.
Right.
And then here, like the rep, it might be faster, but like it's always on you.
Hey, and John, to your point, and you could probably speak to this, the low back situation being lit up, is that because if we watch the way Joe did it, he almost had this slight lean,
Yes,
like it was
yes.
resting
When
and
you
he's just pivoting across his back, right? As opposed to Travis was more upright, or excuse me, Justin Rhodes was more upright, and it was so much more effort to get it up and over his
Well,
head.
I mean, even that lean forward position, you're under tension the entire time. And like Joe's just a good enough squatter. He's a shorter guy, like the range of motion. He can muscle through it. Colton's going to do the exact same thing. But I guarantee you he's feeling it on his lower back too. I don't think anybody's escaping that feeling.
Yeah.
Just because of the way the pill is.
Yeah, and like you said, the way it hangs off your back. Have you guys already discussed the men's standing coming into this event?
No, not yet.
No, we
Okay.
haven't.
We're
That's
waiting
something we can
for.
do.
Well, we got Mr. Tyler Watkins on the mic with us, so we'll give you guys a quick update here on the men's standing coming into heat number 4, event 3. Tyler took off his headphones, so Tyler will not be giving us right as I cued him in. That's the Bluetooth switch. You're going to be over one more to your left here, buddy. Yeah.
Let me just touch all these knobs. Quit,
Yeah,
Susan.
just
I know what I'm doing.
Hit all of them. You know your boy's in here.
Da, da, da.
Okay, so
Sorry, I wanted to get Will to put it up on the live stream.
oh, we're trying to get a graphic up on the live
yeah.
stream. Okay.
He's going to do the top 10, but right now we got Taylor going into first.
Taylor's in first place.
Taylor's in first, 198 points. Colton Mertens in second place with 186 points. And Chris Ibarra way back with 150 points.
Wait, so even though we're already not even really halfway through the events, have those guys already gapped themselves, Colton and Taylor, the rest of the field? Like, is there already too big of a gap? Is it just going to be the Colton and Taylor show?
It's hard to say. Like, if they really hit a hard event, I just don't see, like, what hold does Taylor have where he's not going to stay out ahead?
Heavy deadlifts.
I just
he's
don't
not
think
going to be in the bottom
it's not gonna
quarter
be
of that field.
48 points he's ahead of Chris Ibarra right now.
Across 4 events.
Right. And he's not going to be.
I think it's make upable.
Oh man, that's 50 points. I don't think Chris.
I think.
He got that gap
He's
on one
back to
event
loving
alone.
Chris now.
No, I'm
Thank
not.
you.
No, I'm not. I mean, he got that gap on one
I see.
event alone.
Never mind, just forget it.
Right?
Well,
Right?
I keep
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you can do that on one event, it just takes one event, and we just saw it with Olivia, that just doesn't go according to plan, that you can make that gap up on.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying Chris is going to do it. I'm just saying it's not impossible.
And the other guys behind
Okay.
him, Drake Lewis, who has
Theoretically,
100.
mathematically, I
But
get
you
what
said,
you're
is
saying.
it done just the Taylor Colton show? I don't think
Yeah.
so. Right now? I think it is. I think it is the Colton show.
Thank you.
And then we have Chris Ibarra in
What a
third place with
magician.
150 points. We got Drake Lewis in fourth place with 149 points. Matthias
the
Porter,
girls.
Kill Taylor, winner of the swim workout, and I think took home the most amount of money in grand prize. He is sitting right now in fifth place at 141 points. Yeah, that's your top running. Top
Yeah,
five.
Drake being, like, once again, I said it last night, Drake being in the position he's in, 1 point out from Chris Ibarra, and really within striking distance of Colton and Taylor if he holds on. Like, that's super
Okay,
impressive.
so like you agree then it's not untouchable. He says Drake Lewis is. It doesn't matter. Substitute the name.
No, I substituted the name.
Yeah.
I think that is a.
I think Colton after this event will be nobody will touch him. I'm saying Taylor with perfect execution. They have the best second day of ever, third day ever, and Taylor has one event that goes bad. It's touchable. I'm saying it's not impossible.
Which is good. It's going
It's
to
not
make
a
it exciting.
guarantee Taylor's second place.
The other thing, too,
Nothing's guaranteed. I don't disagree with you.
there are no guarantees.
There are no disagreements.
the rivalry
guarantees.
between Colton and Taylor is probably the most awesome thing as well. I was standing with Colton when I was talking to him about this event, and Taylor walked by and I said, "Look at that man in the leader jersey," and all he did was look right at Colton. He had the biggest smile on his face. Colton put his head down, just
Thank
shook.
you.
He kind of just looked at him like, "Oh my
Oh,
god!"
I hope Taylor mops up every bit of the leader's jersey that he has.
There we go. We got
needs
the top 10 standings on the screen
Oh,
now.
beautiful.
Top 11 standings, 10 standings. No, 11. Nick Matthew is outside, though. He is not sitting pretty at the moment with 98 points overall.
And he's in the next heat. He's in the heat we're about to announce.
Right. I'm not sure he can push into that top echelon of the top 6 to be in the last heat.
He just doesn't look fit. straight up.
No,
Something
he
happened,
doesn't
right?
look good.
Do you think that first event just got inside of his head? And then the level of competition here is so fierce that he just couldn't come back from that mistake on the.
No,
event?
I agree with John. I think he was frustrated in that first event. You saw him shaking his head, so there was something that happened there, more of a scoring-wise, I think, or maybe he got no rep. But watching the event after that, nothing. And I thought for sure he would be good on the handstand, and he just crumbled. Didn't have the fitness for it.
Yeah, I mean, he just, and like he looks upset the whole time. Maybe his like body's just not performing like he thought it would perform. But it's not that. I think it's gonna be really hard for him to climb up into that top echelon just because he doesn't look fit at all.
Well, and the fitness you need in this particular event is not going to help him.
No,
like, if you need fitness and you don't have it, this is going to be a tough one.
And the thing Nick Matthew banks on is home run hits. And the home run hit that he could have is mixed with running.
Yeah.
It's the long endurance event. So it just doesn't look good.
What's crazy is that, like, he has all the movements. He's moving fine. It's just a tad bit slower than the top guys. And that's the difference here is you have to, like,
It's a lot bit
everything is moved with intensity and intention. And that's what sets Colton and Taylor away is every step is on purpose and it's measured. And he's just he's not hitting that same intensity.
All right, so it looks like the fourth heat of mid have now taken the floor. We got Caleb Beaver on the floater cam, baby.
Caleb, can you go to lane one?
Let's
Can you go to lane one so we can announce the names, Caleb?
You're going to move down
Lane
the
one.
lanes. Yeah, there you go.
That's lane 5.
He's like, what's happening?
Right,
What's
right,
happening
lane
right
one.
now? Lane 1.
Put a camera in their
Lane
face.
1.
You're going to hold the camera, and then
There
we're
we
going to
go.
announce their names. That a boy.
Lane 1, we got Mike Evans.
And just so you guys know,
Lane
Sebon
2.
is at. Oh, sorry, John.
Sam DeMeester. Lane 3, Nick Matthew. Just talked about him. If he wants to make a move, he needs to make it. Lane 4, Sam Stewart. And then lane 5, Tristan Harrison.
Tristan
John
looks
says
so
Stewart
chill
funny.
every single time.
What?
You say Stewart funny. Stewart?
That wasn't weird.
It was a little weird.
That one was okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sebon will be joining us later on today. He is at a jiu-jitsu tournament watching his boys, for those of you guys asking in the comments. Okay, so here we are. We are off. Men take the field.
And I'm interested to see how Sam DeMeester looks because just like Angelo said with Brittany Wise, he has the team experience with the worm. He's going to be good at chest to bar. You know, Brittany murdered it. I don't think he's going to do what Brittany did, but
Well, he's already jumped out in
I'm
front
interested to see how he does in this event. I think he can do well.
And Nick Matthews is hanging with him as well. So we have Sam, we have Nick Matthews, and then the rest of the field just joining those two who are leading the pack. Sam is out in front.
And this was crazy. Sam looks amazing, but he looks calm, whereas Nick looks like he's trying to race. And that worries me for Nick because we don't know what his fitness should be right at this point to be pushing this hard this early.
Do you notice, though?
First break by Sam.
When Nick does his thrusters, they're all hanging on his back, and Sam, it's way more in front. And we've been told that
Nick
that is
Matthews
the better
has now
way to do
just
it.
taken the lead, and he
Like,
is
watch-
continuously
you
going
see how-
unbroken, and Sam has just picked it
So
back
it's not
up.
hanging on the back at all for Sam DeMeester.
Right.
And it is for Nick.
Well, Sam, you can see Sam in the black shirt right there in the middle of the screen. That's, to your point, John, it's centered. So that pill is centered. There's not a lean to it. Whereas Nick Matthews in the red, he's fighting that. It is more to the back, and so he's going to feel that.
It's going to blow you up later on.
All right, so Nick Matthews now taking his first break on the thrusters.
Wow,
Sam
big
is up
break
there
for
with
Sam.
him. And it looks like Sam's almost just watching Nick Matthews here. The rest of the field right behind those two gentlemen.
I think he's banking. Sam's really banking on Nick blowing up.
He is, 100%.
So that was what that watch was, and the fact that they're well ahead of the rest of the field. That Sam is well ahead of the rest of the field. He knows he can take that break. Plus, it's not this set that does anything. You just have to
Nick
get
Matthews
through
to the chest
to the
bars now.
pull-ups. Yep.
And his Sam's cycle rate is twice as fast almost as Nick Matthews. You saw him take that long break, and they're virtually at the chest bar at the same time. Nick Matthews here is the first one to start getting those reps in on that chest bar. And Sam right behind him. Now we have Travis finishing up, and then here comes the rest of the field, all moving over to the chest bar pull-ups now. Nick Matthews takes his first breaks. How many reps was that?
I think it was 15.
So 15 break here.
Yeah, 15.
And it looks like Sam's almost just following him.
I think he's doing the exact same 15. 15, 15, 10, 10.
Yep.
Oh, Lizzie's coming over. We have somebody who's facing the pull-up bar the wrong way. Is that going to be a penalty for him, I wonder?
No, that's Mike Evans all the way on the left-hand side of the screen there. Oh, they're telling him to turn.
Sam went 12.
They
are
gave it
telling
to
him
him.
turn around. Okay, so we got all the men onto the chest bar pull-ups. Sam has broken again. Nick has. Was that another set of 15 for both of them? I can't see the
No, Sam's going 12s.
Sam's on 12s. Okay. Sam looks much more composed.
23 and 28.
Oh, no, he's doing what Angelo said. 12,
Yep.
11, 10,
12,
9,
11,
8. That's
10,
what he's
9,
doing.
8.
That's what he's doing. Yep.
You know, you point out something good there, Souza. Sam's face is collected. Everybody else looks a little more flustered. He's being very measured about what he's doing here.
Yes.
Well, we talked about this when Angelo was here, and this is what John was saying. The 12, 11, 10, 9, 8 set for that, it's small enough that you're not crushing yourself, and your rest is going to be short because you're not having to recover. It's just a quick break.
Heavy breathing from Nick Matthews already, taking a
Guys,
lead.
I feel like what happened to Olivia is
Sam back up on there as well.
happen to Nick Matthews.
The rest of the men still chipping away through their chest to bar pull-ups, but it looks like Sam is going to be the first one to come off the chest to bar pull-ups.
They're he's got 8. Nick's got 9.
Nick Matthews and there we go. Now I can see the cards. Okay, beautiful.
Heavy breathing from John Young already this early in the stream.
Nah.
I'm just kidding.
I was like, I'm pretty sure that's me.
Guys, I think what happened to Olivia, though, is going to happen to Nick Matthews, like verbatim.
I think it's happened to pretty much at least
Tristan
1 to 2
Harris.
people on the field every time.
We haven't talked about Tristan yet. He just came off the bar at the exact same time as Nick. So Tristan is up in that tied for that first place position with
Nick Matthews.
With Nick and
Both
Sam.
of them fumbled getting the pill up to the shoulder. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was sweaty. Sweaty.
Okay, here we go. They're off on the lunge.
We're at like 350 right now. 350 is when they all finish their chest to bar pull-ups. 350.
Oh, look at the lunge of Sam in the black. Look how much he's moving and how quick those steps are.
Sam has just got up to Nick Matthews into Tristan right now. Tristan the first one to turn around. Both the gentlemen right behind him. It is now neck and neck between Nick Matthews, Sam, and Tristan Harris as they complete their second set of lunges here.
Wow, Sam is moving quick. You see him out there in the black? Tristan right there in the front with the red. Tristan came off. He made up a lot of distance on the pull-ups, which got him to the lunges so quick.
And he did, and he's keeping the pill on his shoulder. Sam just took a break. Nick Matthews and Tristan Harris are still marching through their lunges. It looks like that might fatigue Nick Matthews' grip in biceps more than Tristan, so it'll be interesting to see when both those gentlemen get to their second set of chest to bar pull-ups. Look at that cycle rate of Sam, though. He is just marching up the field. Both the gentlemen take a break. Nick Matthews, Tristan Harris drop the pill, and here comes Sam.
Question, is it a standard that you have to have both hands on the pill?
No.
Sam to turn around first, and now he has retaken the lead from Nick Matthews and from Tristan Harris, and he is now lapping the gentleman in the fourth lane. I can't see the sheet of paper, but in all black there.
Tristan Harrison.
No, that's
Mike Evans.
Sam Stewart.
Yeah.
Sam
I
Stewart.
was saying he's lapping somebody.
He just lapped Sam Stewart. Okay, Nick Matthews now turning back around, retaking the lead, but he is looking labored. Breathing is heavy, and he is struggling to keep that pill up on his shoulder. It's almost pushed all the way down towards his back, as opposed to Tristan Harris almost has a log carry.
I don't know if I like holding it that way. I just think that throwing your head down to your chin, I just don't think that would be more comfortable. That I would feel on my back a lot more, I think.
When Nick Matthews done with the lunges.
When I did it, I was holding it like Mike Evans down here at the end with one hand. This double-handed situation is really confusing to me. It seems like it'd be way more laborious. You know what's interesting about Sam Demeester
Nick Matthews the first on the chest to bar pull-ups.
Nick Matthews is
Sam right behind him.
He took more lunges, or he was quicker to return to the lunges, and Sam Demeester did not look fazed by that at all.
Yeah,
as if he knew he was going out ahead.
And Demeester almost looks like he's just pacing off of Nick Matthews right now. Calm, collected. Nick Matthews just comes off the bar. Sam Demeester on the bar right now. Tristan Harris is there as well. Heavy breathing, big rest, and now he is on his chest to bar pull-ups as well. So we have 3 men on the chest to bar pull-ups. Nick Matthews with, it looks like 15 reps, and we already know the rep scheme for Sam here. He's got his first 12 down. Tristan Harris just took his first break of chest to bar pull-ups. Nick Matthews going again. We have Sam Joshua back up on the bar. Okay, so we have now 4 gentlemen on the pull-up bar. We have Sam cycling now. We have Tristan. Nick Matthews just took his second break here. All the gentlemen down on hands and knees, bent over, very heavy breathing. This is where we typically saw the separation start. In that final heat of women's final, we saw 3 leader changes throughout this section of it, so this will be interesting.
Sam DeMeester's going 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. He's doing the same thing that he did on the first set of chest to bar.
I'm kind of surprised that Sam took that knee, took that long of a break, though. I mean, if that is your plan and you're that tired, then switch it up. Go sets of 8 all the way through.
Fast sets of 5 even, or it would be faster than doing that.
Right. Just because you have the plan doesn't mean you need to stick with the plan, especially if, like, the whole idea with that plan is so that your rest is very calculated. It's very, you are counting your seconds that you're down there. You're intentionally making it short, and he is just intentionally tired just to try to hold those reps. And I wouldn't suggest that.
Yeah, and it looks like he's married to that rep scheme now. We have Sam Jollister at 33 reps, Nick Matthews at 43, and Tristan Harris at 35. So that is your 1, 2, and 3 males in this heat right now. Tristan Harris and Sam Jollister back up on the pull-up bar.
Man, the last thing you want to do when you're in the middle of an event is take a knee and chalk up. It is a complete disassociation from the workout, man.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
These last 50 thrusters are going to
They are going to crush the field.
Yep.
I mean, like everyone now is down. That means everyone's heart rate's through the roof.
Yeah.
Everyone is completely gassed. And you're going to go from this where your heart rate's not going to come down, and then you're going to have to blast your legs.
That's right. And here we go. Nick Matthews finished with the chest to bar pull-ups. He's the first one to pick up the pill. Tristan Harris right behind him, and Sam right behind Tristan. We will have the 1, 2, 3 again. And this is going to come down to a
He's not
thruster
going
race.
to pick it. He's going to do 15 and drop.
Okay, Nick Matthews the first one to get the pill to the shoulder, and he is working through his set of 50 thrusters. Tristan Harris looks like he is set it around, but he is labored right now. He does not want to pick that thing up. We have Sam on his knees. The rest of the 2 gentlemen finishing up their chest to bar pull-ups.
You know, actually, I'm really impressed with how Nick is moving right now. I thought for sure he would have just completely imploded. So
Yeah.
I think he's setting a good tempo. I mean, this is well for him, but I think he's setting a decent tempo for the next
Dude,
heat.
I think he's done.
He's blown up.
I
agree with
Dude,
John.
I
He's
think
blown
he's
up.
done.
Okay, we have
he's
Nick
done.
Look at Sam
Matthews
now.
Thanks a lot,
resting
Nick.
through. Tristan
Thanks a lot,
Harris.
Nick.
I think Sam DeMeester's going to clutch up on these 50
Tristan Harris
thrusters.
just
he can.
finished his first set of 10 thrusters.
Let's
They're
go,
all resting. Sam is there as
Maybe
well.
not. They're all.
with
They're
his
all.
first set of 10.
They're all
Smoked.
done.
What's crazy is there's 16
Nick Matthews got it back
points.
up on his shoulder.
There's a 16-point spread encompassing this entire heat. All these guys are back to back to back.
So that's the thing. That's where, like, you need to push the tempo. So, yeah, like, right now is complete pain. They all need to get through the first 25 so that they can really just, like, okay, you got to embrace it on the last 25.
Yeah.
It's going to suck, but you have to get through that element.
It looks like now Nick Matthews is doing 5 and 5. He's on his set of, what is this, his
30.
set of
30s
30s.
in the
He's
30s.
working towards his set of 30s here. We have Sam right behind him, who is labored but continuing to move. Tristan Harris has now moved up into his 30 set as well. And Sam has significantly slowed his cycle rate here.
Oh, man.
Sam DeMeester's going to the singles without letting it down.
Nick Matthews back on the pill, finishing up his final set of 5, moving into the round of 40 next here. Sam is now in the round of 30 with Tristan Harris as well.
You know who's making a move right now is all
Mike
the way over
Evans.
in lane number 1, Mike Evans. We haven't talked about him much. He was the furthest off the rig, and now he's creeping up on the rest of the field. He's already gotten all the way up to Sam Stewart. I bet he's gonna catch Tristan too.
I'm gonna go take a dump. I'll be right back.
Sweet, sweet.
All right, Nick's got 15 left. Looking pretty crushed, but everybody else looks equally as crushed.
And it looks like he's just doing just enough to stay in front of Tristan and Sam at this point. He knows what he needs to do, so he's not moving any quicker than he has to.
Big C Beaver on the main cam here, looking good.
I'm surprised that Sam DeMeester is taking the one hand off in between every one of those reps. Like having to hold on to it like that. I just think that
like
just
it at
hurts
all.
more.
Yeah.
Okay, and it looks like we're gonna have
Hold
Nick
on.
That's what he
Matthews
does on
finish
the
up.
worm. On the worm, that's how they rest.
And it looks like he's gonna be close
They
to
take the
just
one
under
hand
that
off.
12-minute mark.
I guess, but you don't have the rest of the team to play with.
Oh,
Man,
Sam is hurting. Sam
You
is
see
hurting.
that
Nick
face?
Matthews is done at
Oh.
11:44. He's our first finisher in event 3.
You know what? I'm impressed with that for him.
Joe
was
Piero
good for-
is
that's-
10:58. That's the time to beat right now.
And we have
10,
another
56.
leader change. Who's this gentleman right here in
56.
front of us in lane 1?
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans has just passed Sam, both Sams. Tristan Harris is struggling through this last set of his throw right now. All the men taking a break. Tristan Harris rolling in.
That was good
Short
enough for a
singles.
5th place current finish on that event for Nick Matthew. I'm
That's
wondering
not-
if
that's
that'll
not good
hold.
enough.
No, I
No.
don't think so either. I think most of the next heat's going to be under 10 or under 11.
I
Looks like
agree.
Tristan Harris in second. Sam has fallen way behind.
I think most of the next heat's going to be under 11, and then I think Colton's going to be under 9.
Three gentlemen here has got the pills back up to the shoulders. They're working through their set of 30 here. Wow, Mike Evans, okay. He is now up with Tristan Harris, and Tristan Harris is struggling to get these last
We got
couple
a
of
race
reps
with
in.
Mike and Tristan right now.
Mike
Tristan's
is cycling
dying.
so much faster.
You're almost done, Mike. Go.
Man, the way that Tristan's holding that bag in the red shirt all the way up the top of the screen, hanging way back. That's what we're talking about.
Mike's
having
going
all
to get
that
him.
pain in the
Mike's
back.
going to get him. If he finishes,
Oh,
Mike's
here
going
we
to
go.
get him. Snuck
And
in
there
the
it
second
is.
place, Mike
Wow.
Evans.
13:03. 13:03 for Mike
Nice
Evans.
play.
And then Sam Stewart has just passed Sam DeMeester. Sam DeMeester.
Crazy.
Tristan Harris now
Oh,
is at
yeah.
14:09.
Sam Stewart was way back, and he made it all the way back. He'll be in 4th, but
Yep.
still way back into the group again.
Hey, just like we talked about, there's multiple leader changes through this back portion of the workout. This is one of those workouts where it is not over until it is over.
Well, and I think that
Okay, we
all
got
the
Sam in, and
athletes-
he's 13:29.
All the athletes need to remember is a plan doesn't mean that it's etched in stone. You have to have a plan A, plan B, and plan C. And with Sam DeMeester, that's what he had. He had it all written out. He knew exactly how he wanted to do it. But if it starts breaking down, you cannot be just glued to those numbers. And I think
Yep.
he crushed himself on that second set of pull-ups.
I agree. Well, everybody's got a plan to get punched in the face, and then you
Till you
look
get
like
punched
this,
in
and
the
the last
face.
guy here out on the floor. He is struggling
Come
here,
on, Sam. Finish it up.
and he's on his last set of 10 thrusters right now. We are 14 minutes into this workout.
Are they wiping down the pill in between each
No,
event?
no. We don't believe in sanitation here
I'm
in
not
South Carolina.
talking sanitation. I'm talking about wetness.
I think they gave him Concept 2 towels or something. I saw a Heat come out with that. I don't know if it was
Okay.
just for the Masters so they don't break
They
a hip.
should. They should.
Or
If
if
not,
it was-
I'm going to ask JR if it.
I thought I saw them wipe them down.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I hope they do because these guys are drenching these. It's like a it's like a plastic.
Yeah.
So
I saw Caroline Stanley chalking hers at one point in her second set
I
of
think that would be a
thrusters.
good call. I think that would be a good call.
We
Okay,
get a
so
little sex wax on it.
Yeah.
There we
well,
go,
I mean,
so-
I'm from California, so sure.
all of our men are now done. Event 3, Heat 4 has finished
Just
there.
Mike Evans right there.
They do. They wipe them down after every event.
Oh, good.
After every heat.
Confirmed. Yeah, they were saying that at first there's almost too much friction, like it sticks to you, and then when it gets sweaty, it's too slick. You
right.
can't hold on to it. It's not really a happy medium with that pill, which just makes it that much more of an awkward event. I actually love the fact that there's an awkward implement in this, but like you said, Bill, at the beginning, it's thrusters and pull-ups. I mean,
Right.
this is CrossFit 101, but all it takes is a unique little twist on the weight you're moving there, and it changes everything.
It's all about adapting, and that, you know, when we would see regular CrossFit workouts, and then we'd all come to the open, and Dave would have just a little tweak. Like anytime we would do a Fran type event, it wasn't 95 and 65, it was 170.
Yeah.
And that little amount changed. When we went to the chest to bar after being used to a regular pull-up, that extra couple inches just completely changed everything. So you can see the same thing here, where you might be great at thrusters, you might be great at chest to bar pull-ups, but now with that weird implement, you are now not able to fall into your normal routine.
Yep.
And you have to adjust, and that adjustment takes you out of the loop where you're not thinking your normal way. You can't have your normal cycle rate. You can't have your normal rep set that you would be going to break. You're just trying to hold on, and that's what we see a lot of that. What's happening to a lot of the athletes.
Yeah, and the consensus on the floor here is that this event is hard.
Right.
And I think
Apt analysis, Souza. Apt analysis.
Thank
It's
you.
hard.
the workout is confirmed. It's hard. And that is the official analysis by the intern analyst, Matt Souza. I think we're going to have, is Jason Hopper and Dallin Pepper going to jump on with you two gentlemen
Yeah.
next year, and I will give up my microphone, and you guys won't have to listen to me like I took 50 pills of Adderall and a bunch of coffee. But that's the way I roll, baby. I bring the fucking energy.
What do we got? What's happening over here?
I don't know. It looks like Jason Hopper's razzing with some people.
It's the Jason Hopper show. Hey, now listen. What I'm gonna say is, you gotta listen to me. I'm doing.
Brother. Listen, brother.
brother.
Brother. Okay, so we'll do a mic switch out. I'll go find Dallin if he still wants to roll with you guys.
He's right there.
And there we go. Okay,
He's behind
beautiful. All right. Peace out, y'all.
Bye. Let's get you guys in the middle.
Let's put them in the middle.
Get you guys in the middle. Come on over. Come on over. You guys are gonna be over here.
Right side?
Y'all are in the middle.
There's the cord here.
We got here. We got here.
Then right here's the camera. We're right there, I guess.
Right there. Being blocked
Here,
out over here.
Come on in. Boys, how y'all been?
Good.
Good.
How are you guys? Doing?
Great.
Heck,
That's a
let's
good little
stand
setup
up
here.
How was training at JR last night?
Good. We did our own little thing. So
We did our own little thing, completely different intervals. And we started at the same time, and we finished 2 to second.
yeah, we're just
and a half minutes.
Turn Dallin's mic up.
Okay.
we're just in sync.
Is it that one?
We're just in sync.
No.
Test Dallin.
Where's
Test.
There you go. That's
There
good.
it is.
You're good.
Alrighty.
I look like 4 inches taller than you on this camera.
It's all about the
You're
angles.
4 inches taller than me in real life. I don't know what.
No, I'm talking about down. I'm like got 3 inches on him.
You're in front of me.
I'm like 6'5".
Or something.
Some.
Or something like that.
All right, guys, tell us how you would attack this workout.
Go for it.
Unbroken on the thrusters. If I need a rest, I'm probably just gonna pause. What, is that a bad idea?
You have to go unbroken on the thrusters because your squat's slow.
Hey, games athlete, tell us how you do it. No, that's not how you're going to do it. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think you're gonna go unbroken.
All right,
You could do slow thrusters and rest with it on your shoulder.
I don't
okay,
think-
all right, hold
yeah.
on, let him go.
Go ahead.
Continue,
Tell us how
continue.
you would attack the workout.
I would go off feel, but if I had a rest, I would just hold it on my shoulder for the first 50 at least. Get to the chest bars next. Get started, kind of fill it out. Probably not a bigger set than 15. Try to keep the rest under 10 seconds. And then same thing with the lunge. Try to go unbroken. Get back to the chest bar. At that point, you're thinking, hey, I'm trying to burn this thing down. Holding off for dear life, knowing, the workout's almost over. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And then, try to get everything you got into the last set of thrusters.
Dallin, how much do you pace the first half compared to the second half? Like, do you let people go, or are you like, no, I'm going to push the pace in the beginning because I'll let them chase me?
Yeah.
Or is the last 100 reps the most important part?
I'm definitely the guy that the back half's going to be way more important. So I'm going to break the first set of thrusters, maybe once, maybe twice, and then I'm probably doing 10s all the way through on the chest bar.
Caleb, go ahead and get the lane assignments real quick, and then we'll continue. We'll continue with that.
Yeah.
Lane one, we got Alexander Majors. Lane 2, we got Max Krieg, who doesn't want to face the camera. Lane 3, who's happy to be here, real excited.
Fired up.
Jacob Marlowe. Goodness gracious, this heat is all over the place. Lane 4, Ben Wise. And then lane 5, Ben Sexton. They're going to compete for who's the fittest Ben is.
Fittest what?
Fittest Ben.
I didn't hear what you said.
So, Dallin, let's hear your very strategic way of doing this workout, and then why y'all would end up at the same time, even though one's a free-for-all and one's very strategized.
He's very numbers oriented. I would go off feel.
Jason hates that I do small sets on everything and rest for like 3 seconds, but honestly, I'm going to go 20, 20, 10. I'm just going to say it right now on the first set of thrusters. Straight 10s all the way through on the chest bar. Push the lunge because pretty good at those. And immediately jump back up on the pull-up bar to do the first set chest bar, maybe grab chalk then, continue with 10s, and then I'm not going to say I would hold on for the whole time on the thrusters because I don't want my cycle speed to slow down, so I'd probably, again, try and go 20, 20, 10, or maybe a 30, 20, depending on how I'm feeling.
Depending on the race.
Yeah, exactly. And picking out where. It's different with P-score, though. That's one thing that I've never had any experience with is you can't just race the people next to you. Like, assuming you're in the final heat and, like, you have some of the top times, like, you need every single second to count.
Would you say you guys, I would say you guys are, would you guys are better racers than like a P-score fashion? I feel like if you're just racing to beat somebody, both of you like to clutch up in those moments rather than just, I need to do the best that I can.
He's definitely better at doing. I'm more of a in-person, I need to race.
You see somebody to go
But
faster.
he could do both for sure, but I'd probably prefer the ladder.
All right, Max Krieg is sitting in the lead right now, starting his first set, or his last 20 on the thrusters. And then he has Ben Wise right next to him in the black. So that's going to be in that second from the top, working on the thruster. You can see, what do you guys think about some of the way these guys are doing the thruster? Hanging way back, sometimes actually even barely coming off their back.
Yeah.
Where would you guys decide, or how would you decide or want to hold that pill on your shoulder?
So something I noticed in maybe the earlier heats, and I got to pay a little more attention to see if it's true, but it seemed like the guys who have it hanging way back in the beginning end up shifting it a little bit farther forward to a more upright squat. And I don't know if that's some posterior fatigue blowing up the back, or if it's on purpose or just naturally happening.
And that's what we're talking about with Max Krieg right there. You can see it sitting on the back. It's like barely moving.
Yeah, I think I like it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to keep that pill as close to your body as possible. I think the more.
What's funny is JR said the exact opposite. He said you want it forward. Like the more it hangs in your back, the more it flows up your back.
I said as close as possible, not as forward as possible.
No, I'm saying JR said you want it forward.
Max Krieg first to hit
Like
the
for
pull-ups.
efficiency.
Looking like a set
yeah.
of 10.
What I'm saying is you don't want to press it that high.
I got you.
Right.
You're talking about low in your head.
Keep it low.
I would be ducking my head.
I think the same. Why go all that distance if you don't need to? Plus have all that push out.
Exactly.
They don't need to.
For sure.
So they are, all of them are behind Nick Matthews' pace. Nick Matthews was 145 going into the chest to bar. They were all 158. Doesn't really mean anything until you get to the second chest to bar, I don't think.
Right.
But just for pacing standards, they're about 15 seconds slower than Nick.
It looked like Nick's thrusters, he was almost doing one of those variations of a faster wall ball where he was starting the squat before the.
I know, and trying to like catch it.
And so I'm wondering if that played a role into his first set of thrusters.
I think it's so hard to base anything off that first set of 50. Like, if everyone's coming in fresh, it doesn't matter. It's like, oh, they look great. It's like, yeah, everybody looks great.
For sure.
Unless you look bad, then it's like, oh, they're really going to have a hard time.
They're walking around, the pills everywhere,
Right.
unbalanced.
Now, Dallin, if you said you'd go 20-20-10, if some of these guys go unbroken on the thruster, are you immediately thinking they're retarded?
On the first one?
Yeah.
Probably.
Would you start licking your chops? I'm thinking of somebody like a Taylor, you know what I mean, who's going to strategize this to his best ability.
Yeah. I like when I see people go out like that because I know I'm going to chase them down, but there are those few people, like, for example, if I see Colton go unbroken,
like,
I'm never going to chase
story,
him.
you know what I mean?
I mean, some people are able to hold on. And, like, honestly, I do need to watch more. That's why it's always a benefit to be in the final heat to see what's working and what isn't for people and getting splits. And you can end up writing down where you need to be with a goal time and working backwards. That's something I do a lot.
Max Krieg right there with his final rep on the pull-up. So he's finishing up. He's going to go ahead and get started on the lunges. And Jacob Marlowe is going to be right behind him because he's at 45. He'll start or finish off with his last 5. And then he's also going to have Ben Wise right next to him hopping down here onto the lunge.
And they're maintaining about the same pace. They're 20 seconds behind what Nick was. Again, Nick slowed down tremendously.
Right.
Nick took 3 minutes to do the last set of thrusters, and he was 145 on the first set of thrusters.
Wow. Well, and didn't we hear, I think JR was talking about that. It didn't matter how fast you went on the first. It was always almost 2-to-1 on that last round of thrusters, no matter what you did.
If it's 2-to-1, then he's doing pretty good.
Right.
It's interesting to see all these guys kind of carry the pill the exact same way for the lunge. We were talking earlier, I don't know if I would do like the double-handed back rack or try and give one arm a rest and alternate. So
Angelo said he would do it like long ways, like Khalifa on the log in 2013. That's how he would do it.
Yeah, I would try to make sure my hands or my arms are
equally
switching off so they're getting some rest.
So here we have one right here, lane 1.
Yeah, so what do you think about switching hands every lane?
Yeah,
if you got one shoulder and then flop to the other side?
This guy right here is holding it double, and I mean that's just tension on the shoulders right there.
So that's Ben Sexton there in the first lane, what you guys are talking about. So he's got to cross his back.
Yeah, if you're not switching hands, you've got one hand above your head the whole time, so you're not getting fresh blood into that arm at all.
Right.
But also the shoulders fatigued from holding it in that position.
Oh, look, actually Sam just decided to switch that up.
He probably heard us.
Ben did, yeah.
He probably heard his shoulders. That's probably what he heard.
Big break up in the second lane for Max Krieg. He's chalking up. He's getting ready for that last length of the lunge before he gets into that second set of the 50.
He's holding it with 2 hands at this point.
Yeah, I saw there's another guy down there, lane 4. Sorry, I don't know names right now.
Ben Wise is who you were talking about on that one. He had the brown shorts and the black shirt.
Oh, there we go.
So that was a big rest for Max Krieg. You see him right on the right-hand side of your screen there with the dog shirt.
And I'm pretty sure him and Jacob Marlowe are right behind each other.
Yep.
When this pill gets wet and sweaty, it's a mess.
It's slick.
I messed with it the other day, and I started without a shirt just to see what would happen, and immediately put the shirt back on as soon as it was getting sweaty. And also, JR took all the chalk out of the gym.
Yeah, there's no chalk in the gym.
Yeah.
I noticed that too. I'm like, what is
There's no chalk when I'm training here.
You have big hands. Us little-handed people.
I would say me and Dallin gets more sweaty than a lot of the field, so we have a disadvantage when it comes to this pill.
Max takes off a set of 10 and takes a knee. And that's the craziest thing to watch people like literally drop to their knee. I get it if you're going down the chalk bucket, but when you're intentionally taking a knee right out of the gate like that,
Yeah.
I mean, you're showing how tired you are.
I also think in your head, too, like you're not in a confident position, and I think that translates over to yourself as well as the people watching you.
Yeah, that's not a race position. You're not racing anymore. You're trying to hold on.
Yeah.
Max was 20, so he's doing sets of 10 all the way through. Seeing the brown shorts.
Ben Wise.
Ben Wise had a set of 12. We'll see what he goes. See if he does a set of 11.
I think he's going to do the 12, 11, 10, 9, 8 thing.
There it 22.
No,
went to
12,
10.
10, yeah.
And that's okay. Remember, I don't think you need to hold to your
plan.
If your plan isn't going to work, then ditch the plan.
Yeah, I think for me right now, I would be focused on staying as disciplined as possible. You know,
you would stay to the plan. You would, no matter what.
Well, I'm just saying, like right now, you're deep in the workout. It's starting to really hurt. You're starting to feel bad for yourself. And an 8-second plan rest can easily start turning into like 13 if you're not disciplined.
So, Dallin, you were talking about shorter sets for a shorter rest. Would you, if you went from 10s on the first set, would you go to sets of 5? Is that too low?
If it meant dropping one step back and then jumping immediately back up on the pull-up bar, I had zero problem with going 5s. And adjusting the game plan. Like, I'll go by feel, just how each set of 10 is feeling. Like, oh, that might be a little too much, or I have to rest too much, breathing a little too hard. I'll go to 7s, 8s, and I could work down to 5s, and I'd have no problem with that.
Yeah.
So Max is feeling it right now.
Yeah, he's feeling it.
In a world of pain. Him and Marlowe are tied up right now. Or
Marlowe
is ahead. Marlowe's ahead. Yeah.
So Jacob Marlowe with the gray rogue shirt, or that greenish, kind of coming off the rig. It's green. Coming off the rig, so he gets to start those thrusters. And this is the part where we see, I mean, look at his face. This is what we're talking about. This is kind of that oh shit moment. Like, oh man, here we go.
Oh goodness, that clean was ridiculous. So these reps shouldn't count because there's no clearance on the head.
Yeah, he's getting them around.
Everyone is clearing this. This is what everyone's saying.
I know, but I don't think.
I think the standard is they just have to get it off
the shoulder.
I don't know how that one counted.
I think it's just off the
some
shoulder.
of these are, so you got a no rep in lane 4.
Hey, Caleb, can we get a side shot of these guys?
I'm
to
saying
see what it
there's
looks like
not a lot of clearance
there,
guys.
No, Jacob looked like he was rolling it across. Like that's
he still looks like he's rolling it across.
I can see some clearance, a little bit.
Ben,
you saw clearance there?
Maybe quarter inch, maybe quarter inch of clearance.
He's rolling.
There was no clearance there. There's the clearance there.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. She must have said get it higher, but he got away with 10 reps there.
Yeah, he's got a good judge.
So he made up 10 seconds. He made up 10 seconds on Nick Matthews' time in the chest to bar.
Yeah.
And he's doing way better than Nick Matthews right now on the thrusters.
These thrusters are pretty good.
Yeah, those are speeding up, it seems like.
Krieg.
Man, he needed to because he was
he
on
looks,
the floor.
Yeah, Krieg looks really good.
That technique. Man.
Yeah. The other thing I noticed, when they were coming off the chest to bar.
This is
it looks so labored when he picks it up.
It's so hurting.
This is like some Chris Henshaw advice. Get as comfortable as possible.
That doesn't look like a comfortable
He would not
position.
say rest like that.
He
looks like he's stretching his groin.
He's praying.
Dude, Chris Henshaw said lay down if you want.
No, on your back, not on your knees.
Dude, any way you want to feel
we just
comfortable.
go down Ben over there.
Jacob Marlowe moving up into that number 40 spot.
Do you think he catches
good.
him? You got to guess right now.
No.
It's interesting to see the people doing a squat
no,
clean
'cause he's gonna rest
on the
after
first
this, and it's
rep
gonna take
because
forever.
they almost always stutter
And
step,
Marlo,
and it's so
it's 10
uncomfortable. Just get into
left, you know what I
position
mean?
if
Right,
you can do the 10
totally.
reps.
And then they're trying to, it's like they're trying to
don't know.
rush that.
Yeah.
I want to squat clean the
You
first
take
one.
20
I
seconds,
just
like it's
don't.
10 left. You
Do
know
you
what I mean?
see any teams doing squat
Yeah, he's
clean to
going
start
right
a worm thruster? Like,
Right.
get it set, get ready. It's the same thing.
All right.
Wow, this is.
Nick Matthews' time was 11:44. We're on
This is not
11:33
good.
right now. Is
We're-
that a
we are-
comfortable
we
position
are-
of rest, Jason?
I would
Is
say-
almost
that a
winning.
comfortable position of
I would
rest?
say he's very comfortable right now.
Caleb, can we get
Jacob
the
Marlo-
resting position over here
Hold
really
on,
quick?
hold on, we got a winner. Hold on, let's get our
Oh,
winner
shoot, we got
of
a
the
winner.
heat coming through here. Jacob Marlo with 2 reps left to go.
Last one, and he's in.
And Jacob
11:51.
11:51 for Jacob Marlo. That was a great finish, but geez, Max.
I mean,
is
That's 7
slammed.
seconds behind Nick Matthews' time. That's honestly great for Nick Matthews
Yeah.
because
He did way better on this than I thought he was going to do coming out this weekend. I was expecting some more, and he didn't see
he's
that.
in heat 4.
I understand that, but I was expecting more just with him, just with the things that he should be able to do well.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
performed better in this last heat than I thought for sure he would.
I mean, and it's more relative since this heat's already gone.
Yep.
And he was better than everybody.
Oh, he's about to drop it.
He did go from the 40 right into the 50.
Yeah.
So
it's the end.
He did.
we
It's
might
like you got to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
we might be ending up on our back here soon.
All right, Ben Wise is making a move. Ben Wise is if he could just hold on. There's no clearance there. His
Yeah.
hands are on top of the pill, guys.
Oh,
what are
yeah.
you talking about?
I
Let's
don't
see if
know.
we can get slide a piece of paper under.
Oh,
I can see it.
I saw it. Now the question is,
Dude.
is it leaving the back of his head?
JR is rolling in his grave over there watching these pill
He's not even
thrusters.
watching. I think those are good.
He's going to catch Krieg. Ben
Yeah,
Wise,
He will. Mr. Ben
Pick it
White
up.
he's got one more.
coming
no.
across the floor.
Oh,
Done.
13:07.
How many more does Max have? 5, 4.
Four. He as long as he doesn't break again, he'll make it. Alexander Majors.
So Ben's not going to catch him.
13:19 for Max Krieg.
And this has been Sexton over here in lane 5.
He's got that worm real sweaty, so hopefully it doesn't slide off.
Seriously.
No, this is out.
The way he picked it up.
No, it's been Sexton. Yeah.
The only one of the field that actually is getting the pill actually over his head.
His last place.
yeah.
It's crazy how that works.
It's weird how that happens. All right, so let me ask you guys this. If you're in the back or if you're in the last heat and you've seen what the judging standard is being allowed to do, would you try to just roll it across the back, or would you do more like what Ben was doing on that one and thinking about, like, I'm not going to play any game, I'm just going to do the thruster?
Yeah, I would do it, kind of ride that line until they say, that's a no rep or they need something changed. I mean, that's what I did at the games, and then my thrusters of the games weren't very great, but my judge wasn't saying anything about it, so.
Hey, I get that part. As an athlete, you ride you play to your judge.
Yeah.
You
I
have
was
to.
I was a catcher growing up playing baseball, and if I could get a low outside strike over and over again, I'm gonna keep having my pitcher throw
like
it
a
right
frame?
there. Yeah, or even if the zone is extended there. So same thing. I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna show them 5 beautiful reps, and I'm gonna see what I can get away with.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's how sport is, and I think
5
some people.
beautiful reps, and then I'll see what I get away with.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
I
that's,
like that rule.
I think that's how sport is. And this is, if we want this to be a sport, that's part of it. And so.
I hope
You
Hiller's
have
not
to ride
watching.
the line.
I know,
Well,
that's-
but this has nothing to do with fitness. This has nothing to even do with. The hard thing is that you can't think that way on online competitions.
No, not at all.
In live
no.
competitions where everyone has a judge, that's like, okay, you are my judge in live competition. Everyone's here on the equal playing field on the floor, and I'm going to play to you. Because you're going to get some judges that will be very stickler.
What do you do if you
None of
have
them
the
won't.
rogue middle judge of a
The
couple
what?
years back? Oh, you should know. The middle judge at Rogue a couple of years ago, where you show her 5 beautiful reps and you have 5 no reps.
Panic. No, just kidding.
What workout was that?
It's the overhead squat race workout. It was the dual 2.22, I think. But people would overhead squat all the way down, hamstrings, as far down as you could go.
Yeah.
And she would no rep them.
Alexander May
and
just
you
trying
could
to
just
get this
pick it.
last.
The middle one
Set of
was going to
15
finish
in.
last.
In something like that, because it's so fast, you're done.
Right.
Right.
But if it's a longer workout, I'm going to stop, communicate with that judge, and immediately wave the head judge over to
Okay.
get a second
Okay.
opinion. Yeah.
I don't think very many people would think that way.
You're gonna go over there.
Hoping
and be
not
like,
very many people are watching.
Well, that workout, you're screwed.
Where
Yeah,
is-
yeah, that
where
one, you
is
have no
the-
chance.
Where is the head judge at? In
You
the
just
middle
go
of
like-
this Metcon.
JR.
Well, no, they're wandering all on the start mats.
You're gonna go walk over to JR in this moment?
I mean, if it's a long workout like Dallon's saying, and
Final
he can't
10
get any
reps.
reps, then yeah. Have you guys ever been at the point that he's at right now, where you're just praying for the time cap to hit, and it's 8 minutes away?
Oh yeah, plenty of times.
Quarterfinals,
2019 games, the 2021 games.
More recent than that.
What'd you say?
I think most people
Quarterfinals,
were in
wall
that,
ball, burpee
feeling
box jump
that.
over.
Oh, I wasn't feeling that at all.
Which
I
one?
was
Wall
flying
ball,
on
burpee
that
box
workout.
jump over.
Yeah.
There's like there's at least one event at every competition that I'm like, I need this to hurry up.
Mr.
I
Alexander
think
Majors
the
trying
most
to get
recent
in.
one
He's got
is
5 reps left to go over here in lane number 1. Finishing it up here.
I'm thinking
Alexander Majors.
Rogue.
The bar muscle up back squat.
Final rep.
That was tough. I'm thinking
Yeah,
2 years ago.
Alexander's done. 17-11.
I'm talking about when we did the 10 rounds snatch, ring muscle up, handstand push-ups.
That was
I'm like, dude,
disgusting.
I need that slot to tick faster.
Has there ever been a workout at Crash that you felt that way?
Crash?
Yeah. Well, I like when Crash Crucible when you did it.
No,
Was there a
no,
workout
no.
that you felt that way?
No.
He's the champ.
The champion, man.
Didn't
I think the worst I did was like, when I did that was like third.
never felt a need to defend your title?
I want to. It's just at a very weird time. It's like now that I'm able to go to Rogue, he plans his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's big time.
JR doesn't put up enough money for you to do Crash. Is that what it is? You're too high.
I mean,
You're the 4th fittest man in the world. You can't be caught seeing that trash. That Crash.
And
I
Mr.
love
John
Crash.
Young is never coming back here again
That
to
was a total
commentate.
slip.
I show up to Crash every single day of my life.
That's fair.
Huge advocate.
Now,
I'm the biggest fan of Crucible.
Colton has said that he's going to go unbroken on this workout. Do you think that is possible?
I think he's going to do it to prove a point to you, John.
I'm the one who said he could.
Oh, I'm confused then. You said he shouldn't, maybe?
No, I said if he doesn't, he should be condemned.
Okay.
Because he said he would.
said he was going to do it unbroken. Is he saying he's going to go unbroken on the chest bar and the thrusters? Or
He said
I know
everything.
he said everything.
Everything.
I'm holding him to
He
the
said
standard of
gymnastics.
everything.
I think it's possible if that's his
And
goal.
Bill's contention is that the fastest time it would not be smart to do that, and it's P score, so
Yeah.
he won't because of that.
I-
But then why say you're going to?
I could see it. I don't think his fastest time. I agree with you.
Here's what I say. I could do all of it unbroken, not in the time frame. I can do 50 unbroken chest bars once, and then I need some long rest. I can do the thrusters.
So like hours long.
That's what I'm talking. But that's what I'm saying. It's like
Okay.
I can do it.
Yes.
But if I'm racing like where he's currently in second place,
Yeah.
and you're talking about him getting to the front, he wants to bury Taylor.
Yeah.
He wants to bury
He's
him.
not going to have any issues doing that.
But he has so much in a workout like this. He has so much like margin and wiggle room to like do any strategy he wants.
Right.
So it's almost like I just want to put on a show and go unbroken because he can.
That's what I think
Like-
he will do. That's why I say he will.
If he's going to do it,
he could pay such a big price for that and still win.
But like he's saying for P score, you're saying for the whole competition, he still win, or
no,
just the?
it's not a good for P score.
If it was a one-off,
if he plans on going unbroken, it's definitely not the best
All right.
idea for P score.
Let's
right.
go to the lanes real quick. Where's Caleb at?
But Colton's gonna
Okay,
murk.
Rios has got it. I'm waiting on him to show the screen.
Hey, don't tell us what to do, John.
We have 30 seconds, Will.
Maybe the battery's low on the gimbal. We got to charge it. I mean, you take care of your
All right, guys. Lane 1, Matthias Porter. Lane 2, Chris Ibarra. Lane 3, Taylor Self. Lane 4, Colton Mertens. And Lane 5, Drake Lewis. I apologize for the technical difficulties we are
Will
having.
is fired up.
That's not what I'm in charge of.
I'll tell you this: if I'm Colton, I know Taylor's weakness is squat volume, and I'm trying to break. I'm trying to break that band immediately.
I don't think Taylor will buy into it though.
But
He shouldn't.
The thing is with Colton is he's going to feed off seeing him hurt.
So if Colton's going to do this unbroken, I think we are going to see a slightly longer rest than he normally would, just to prove that point.
Wow, look at how fast
That's what I'm
Colton's
doing,
moving,
dude. Time under tension.
Look at that,
It's
in the green
unequal.
shirt. So Colton has a green shirt.
Hey,
moving up to
Ibarra
the
went rep
front.
for rep with him.
Yeah, he
Ibarra's
did.
not getting it over his head. Colton's doing perfect. I mean, by the movement standards.
If that freaking dude in lane 4 got away with he got away
No,
with,
I'm
I
not
don't want to
saying-
hear it.
I'm not saying he needs to get no reps.
I mean,
If he's not, then he's not.
Colton's are
looks
beautiful,
great.
though. Colton's
Yeah,
are
they
beautiful.
I mean, Chris Ibarra is beating him.
Taylor's got the gloves and grip combo. I wonder how
That's
that's going to go on the
I think
chest to
Like
bar.
the pill.
The gloves are for the pill.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wonder how that's going to feel on the chest to bar.
He's got his grips. Well, man, I'm going to pull him out.
You don't think he's going to take those
Now
gloves
listen,
off?
so Dallin, they're all going unbroken right now. I think Taylor's going to break. Okay, so
30-20.
just Chris Ibarra and Colton are going unbroken. You think this is the right call by all 5 of them then?
I think you're still trying to. I know JR said like the second set's 2-1 or whatever, but you're still trying to get it as close as you can to equal in the front and back half.
All right, here's what he wanted.
Weird
Okay.
break for Chris here.
A 40-10. I don't know about that.
That's
That's
a weird.
weird.
That's a weird.
Like you've
spot.
already done most of the work.
Well, but think about it, though. It's not really a weird spot when you know what your heart rate's going to be when you get to the chest bar pull-up. So
Yeah.
cool it off just a touch before you get up to the pull-up bar. Colton first off the floor on the squats as we thought he would be. Chris Ibarra right behind him with just a handful of reps left to go. We'll see what
So
kind
this
of
is what we
rest.
gotta-
Yeah, what kind of rest that what
Well,
kind
he
of
got
rest
off
that
at
Colton
one. He
gets.
got one off. He got off at 133. He's up at 147.
You know
Okay.
what? You know what's wild? Nick Matthews was 145 on the first. Like they're only 12
Jeez.
seconds apart.
Well, again, first piece, right? Everyone's rested. Ooh,
Oh, Colton with
Colton
13.
with the
Okay.
13.
Wow.
So he's going to try and go for the fastest time
Yeah,
he can
he's trying
possibly
to go
get.
for the fastest time.
What was Chris on that one? Chris Ibarra right there on the left-hand side of your screen in the all black. 13 also. Ooh, 13, 12, 11, 10.
That's not what it's 12, 11, 10, 9, 8 is what that is.
So why go 13?
I don't know.
We'll
You
see what it
you got
is.
excited and miscounted?
25 for Colton,
I could also see him just going by feel, which is
right?
like random numbers or whatever. You got a judge counting for you.
All right.
Chris to 26.
All right, so 13 to 11. Is that what he's?
Colton to 35.
I mean, they're both flying right now. I don't know how I feel about Chris staying this close to.
I was going to say the same
Colton.
thing.
So Taylor, the best part of Taylor's workout here is the lunge. He is unreal at lunging.
His pull-ups look great though.
Yeah,
man.
he does.
Like,
Dude, he just
Yeah, he
moves
is.
so damn good. I mean, he's so efficient. Colton is 43. You have Taylor right next to him at 30. Yeah, so we see the glove. We talked about that. Gloves on the hands, that's for the pill.
all right,
The
317.
grips on the hands, that's for the pull-ups. Shirt on them because that's for the lunges.
And Chris is done. 329. Jeez, this is
much
this is
closer.
this
so
is
fast.
moving really fast for Chris. They're 30 to 35 seconds ahead of Nick Matthews. Man, Nick Matthews went out so high. That's what they're at.
Colton down with one length, making his way back. Chris Ibarra right there. And this is one of the things we've talked about.
Taylor's done.
Knowing that
355.
knowing that he has an incredible fitness, but then your conversation with the Johnny's like, I'm not fit right now. I'm
Yeah.
not ready to go. So do you take the risk trying to go head toe to toe with Colton?
Wait, who,
I mean, he's way down there,
who
but
said
still.
they weren't fit?
I know he did.
Who?
Chris.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah. He said I'm fat.
Which made John feel really bummed.
Yeah. He's like I'm 6 pounds overweight.
I mean,
He didn't say that specifically, but he said he wasn't fit. I don't think he's chasing Colton. I think he's just coming out hot, but it's his own hot.
yeah.
Personally, in a
Well, he
pull-up
doesn't see
squat
Colton
workout,
anymore.
yeah, in a squat pull-up workout, I'm
Are you
letting Colton
surprised
do
that
his
Taylor's
thing.
doing the double
I wouldn't
handle
even
here?
see him. I put blinders on him.
Yeah, I did notice Taylor's doing the double hand up. I mean, I think he ended up buying one of the pills.
Yeah,
So
he said
he's-
he did, yeah.
He's messed with it plenty, so I'm going to trust.
Colton with a little bit of wobble.
Look at how much ground he's made up on Chris Taylor.
Wow, yeah, he's
Those lunges. Look at that. It's a big, long
I mean,
step,
this
too.
is his best piece of the.
Dude, yeah, he's made up
I mean,
so
stepping
much ground on
through.
the lunge.
He's so good at lunging. I mean, he's about to pass Chris.
And so here's the turn. This is the last length. You see Colton up at the top in the green. He's about ready to finish it up to get ready into his pull-ups. And Taylor coming right up next to Chris Ibarra. Look at those guys are neck and neck, step to
going to
step.
get off the lunge first.
If I'm Taylor right now, I'm trying to get to those pull-up bars as quick as possible to create some.
Dude, he's tired.
Just
Jump
get
up.
10. Get
Jump up
10.
and do 10.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you want to create some doubt in Chris
Dude,
right
he's
now.
tired, man.
This is not
he
what
went
you
down
want.
to a knee.
Chris is going to get it before him, so that's not a good feeling for Taylor.
Yeah. And you
I
feel
mean,
like
he did it in the handstand walk,
You
too.
feel like you did a lot of work.
But he's so good at lunging. Like, I don't know if it's.
What?
I don't think he worked harder than Chris in the lunge. I think
he
he's just
didn't.
better at lunging.
He didn't, but there's mind games here. And if he could have got at least 5, you know.
Colton with 25.
Like if Taylor need to try and jump up with Chris right there.
Like even if it may not have worked, but even if Chris was like, dang, Taylor
took the gloves off.
Yeah.
I don't know why you have the gloves on in the first place.
I know. I think he was thinking that it was going to be a big idea, but
He still looks great. I don't think he. I mean, he's doing fine.
no, he does look good. So right there, 45, and it looks like Colton's going to go ahead and was he going to finish that up? Did he get it?
Oh, he's at 43. He's at
reps.
43.
Okay.
I always think it's weird and unique how Taylor uses his grips on the bar.
He actually uses the finger holes.
Yeah, who uses those?
He does. Which makes the grip harder because you have a bigger.
Colton's
it's twice
done.
the thickness.
647.
It's hard to realize these guys are going very fast, but when they're compared to Colton, it's not the same.
Yeah.
All right, so Colton goes ahead to start his thrusters as he gets going. Waiting for these other guys to hop off. Taylor looks like he has 30 pull-ups. Chris Ibarra is at 38 and counting. Final 10 for him on the pull-ups.
This is the workout for Colton. Like, as far as P-score goes, these last 50 thrusters is where Colton makes up all those points.
JR asked me if I thought Colton would go sub 10. I think that's pretty safe to say.
I said sub 9.
What was the fastest time?
You remember when I said sub 9?
Yeah, it was 10:28.
10:58. 10:56. 10:56.
Wow.
Man, Colton looks better on this set of thrusters than he did on the opening set of thrusters. Look at this. Hasn't put it down yet. We'll see if he takes a break at 25. That's about 25 right there. A little pause in the action.
So Ibarra finished the pull-ups at 7:20. Taylor finished at 7:50.
Oh,
they finished
man.
that lunge at the same time.
That's great for Taylor, though, dude. He made up a lot of distance.
Oh, Ibarra's hurting.
Taylor's
now,
hurting.
right now, Taylor should be like chomping at the bit for that, though.
Dude, he's not on pill high volume squatting.
He knows that Chris just broke early
At this point,
See, squat clean, step.
every time. But your leader up in the front, Mr. Colton Mertens.
Yeah,
10 reps
Colton's
left to go.
running on 8.
Jeez.
He's at 8:30 right now.
yeah.
To get ahead of Taylor, he has to beat Taylor by 1 minute.
I think
One
he's
minute.
good.
Yeah. As far as the overall
The
leaderboard.
P-score set up. Hand in the air for
Wow.
Colton. 2 reps left to go.
I mean, that's a
Oh
lot.
my gosh, John, there's your sub 9, 8:46.
8:47. Yeah, 8:46.
Wow.
It's crazy that he doesn't even look like he's hurting.
Ever, dude, ever.
No, so his first thrusters took 133. His second thrusters took 159.
That's the one.
Wow.
That's the one thing I admire about him.
Okay.
It's
He walks
unreal.
off every
It's
time he
unreal.
walks off, and you know he's hurting.
It's unreal. He could be in last in a workout. Like he is dead,
Chris
and he's just
Ibarra-
gonna walk off.
Chris Ibarra steps up
He's
to
in
his
the running
last
for
20.
second place. He's got 20 thrusters. He's got about 1:40 to do 20 thrusters.
Taylor's
That's
right
crazy.
behind
That's
him
where
in the
second
set of
is.
30.
I mean, he's making up, I was about to say, pretty good time, but then he did that.
Over there on the right-hand side of the screen, Matthias Porter, he's starting off. His thrusters in the maroon shirt there.
Drake Lewis.
Drake Lewis up at the
Getting up
top. Yeah.
Is that minutes up?
No, he's got 2 minutes.
He's got to beat him by 2 minutes.
Oh, you're talking about for Colton.
Yeah.
I was talking about for Chris to beat that time. Oh, he's going to try for it.
Mr. Ibarra's last 10.
Well,
and
that's
he
rolling.
knows he's trying to make up time on Taylor because he knows Taylor's right there. He has to do this for P-score.
No rep. That sucks to do a squat and not have it go over.
Oh, man.
That hurts.
Waiting for the hand to go up. If the hand is going to go up, and
Done.
he's done. 10-18. Chris Ibarra.
Almost took 3 minutes to do the last set of thrusters.
2-1. It's almost a 2-1.
Yeah, that one was.
There's the anomaly, Mr. Colton Mertens. Jeez. Taylor, a little bit of a pause there in the white shirt. Drake Lewis trying to work through on the left-hand side of the screen, the all black.
I know he's hurting, but his thrusters look great when he's doing them. Taylor.
I think if Taylor has to give up the leader jersey, he's going to say you have to wear this leader jersey that I just something got all bloody.
Or he should take his shirt off and just throw it at Colton.
Just take it.
How dramatic do you think this flop on the ground is from Taylor?
Last couple reps here for Taylor Self.
Last two. Done.
11:20. Taylor Self. Matthias Porter right there in the maroon shirt trying to finish
3:30
it
for
up.
Taylor's last thrusters.
Drake Lewis throwing it into the 40 box, trying to get through those last 20. Mr. Porter is his last 10, knowing that he wants to get that thing off his shoulder already. Tired of playing with it, tired of his
He knows he
around on the
can't
shoulder.
break. If he breaks, Drake will pass him.
Hey, we need a Here, let's all do it. Let's all do it.
A Joe Rogan-like
Smile.
picture.
All right, ready?
Are we smiling?
No, like
No.
Joe Rogan.
Okay. They're going to be like, when did that happen? That's what the podcast is going to say.
What event was that?
Yeah. Matthias
is
Porter
in.
came in. Drake Lewis is on his last thrusters. We're at 12:20. Honestly, I mean, Nick Matthew had the second best time at 11:44, and we're at 12:20. So these times are good. It's just they were that, Colton and honestly Chris too were just that much better.
Yeah.
That was a good little race. I like that.
All right.
I won't be doing that workout.
You want to give your headphones up to
Sure.
somebody who's trying to work out?
I want to talk to Colton.
Good job, bro.
All right. Right here, Colton. Well, how you feel?
I'm fine.
Of course you are. You're Colton Mertens. All right, hey, so the talk of the town the entire time was going unbroken, that you should go unbroken, that you were going to go unbroken, that you could go unbroken.
Not that you should go unbroken,
Why-
if you could go unbroken.
Why didn't you go unbroken?
Well, I did go unbroken in training, and I knew after watching my tape I'd go a lot faster if I didn't, but I was planning on going unbroken still until I was listening to you guys on the girls stream, and Bill talked me out of it, actually.
Oh, my gosh. Bill!
He made
What
me feel,
are you doing?
He made me feel comfortable, like it was okay not to.
All right, so, well, I mean, think about it. If you are playing the P-score, yeah, that's cool that you can go unbroken. I think we all believe that you can go unbroken, but in this particular event, it's better to go faster. So if you did it unbroken, let me ask you this. What was your time when you did it unbroken?
It was a little under 11 minutes, but I did when I tested these, I did them all straight through as they're scheduled for the event, and I did it. There's some important progression pieces that we didn't want to miss, so we did it on top of that. And I did 10,000 meters of rowing right before I did this one in training. So it felt a lot better today.
Yeah.
Well,
you moved
here are
great.
your splits if you're curious. You were way slower on the second set of thrusters.
Yeah.
You were
Compared to
159.
You don't say.
So the talk was, and JR said that almost no matter how fast you went on the first set of thrusters, it was almost 2-1 on the second set. Yeah. You were by far the only one that was almost 1 to 1.5. I mean, it wasn't even close.
Honestly, the biggest issue on the second set was just being so slippery. I had a really hard time keeping it over my center line. and it was moving around a lot and then making the movement less efficient and a little bit harder to do. And it started to tax my grip a lot as well. I mean, those things get slippery. They're really hard to hang on to.
What are you thinking now coming in after that event with the next events that we have coming up?
You know, I mean, just like I sneezed this morning. I stubbed my toe on the way to the arena. I don't know if you can see, but I have a hangnail. I've had a rough go at it. Do you like this, John? I thought this is. You like people that
just keep going, man.
People that come and they make excuses to try and discredit the athletes that are beating them and to protect their fragile egos. And if you show up with what you got and you put it on the line, don't be a fucking bitch. Say, oh, I'm not in shape, I'm this, I'm that.
God, clip that.
If you're that out of shape, stay the fuck home.
He got second
Let
place.
somebody come. Yeah, he's protecting his ego, John.
Okay.
Nobody here's peaking. We're not game shape. You don't need a 9-week vacation from the CrossFit Games. I was there too. I was demoing events on 4 hours of sleep over and over again, being Dave's henchman. You know, these guys don't need that vacation. They're pussies. As far as these next events coming up, I have the best coach and nutritionist in the game, Joey Tripura and Amy Farmer. I'm taking both of these events.
Dang, and drops the mic just
Good
like
job.
that. Way to go, dude.
That man scares me.
Genius. He scared the shit out of John. You see John started moving away.
John's
Did you
like,
see
yeah,
it?
yeah,
I
take this, man,
had to get out of the camera angle for a minute.
I love the attitude, though. He's so quiet until he needs to open up his mouth.
Yeah, I think his
And then what does he do, John? What does he do?
He wins.
No. What did you say he did yesterday? He just unzips his and does his and slaps everyone. And
yeah, well, I said he was going to do that for that event, and he didn't do it, so I can't.
Well,
I
he
can't.
kind of did.
But no, this event he
Kinda
did
did.
for sure. He did for sure.
Man, that was impressive.
Trying to figure out how many points he's got on Taylor right now. 6.2 seconds per point.
Do you want a calculator?
Got 11:20. This is great film.
While he's playing with that, Dallin, what do you think about P-score when it comes in as far as part of the event like that? I mean, it definitely changes how you are going to attack the event. Like, as an athlete, you've played with all the different scoring systems now.
Mm-hmm. I've never done an event with P-score, but for me, I personally like the regular scoring system so that I can race, and there is races to earn like just those specific points. Because if it's P-score, it kind of starts to feel like training again.
Yeah.
Because you're just trying to get the best time possible, where there's other ways to game it. It is nice that sometimes you can take things into your own hands to beat the person you need to beat, but also it's fun when you need people to middle. It makes it exciting. I think it really depends. It weighs heavily on the broadcast team and making sure that the fans understand what's happening, because either way you can make an exciting story if you present it correctly.
Well, I think usually it's like, okay, so-and-so needs to jump ahead. They need to win, and they need to have two people in between. Mm-hmm. That's what we're used to hearing. Mm-hmm. It's actually kind of cool that when Tyler came by and said, for Colton to jump ahead of Taylor, he needs to beat him by a minute.
Yes.
So now all of a sudden you have not just the people in the way, but this is the exact amount that they need to now move ahead, which is, we don't normally get that sort of a play on it. So I think that was pretty cool.
I think that is a big positive. Like, I would love to do a competition with the scoring system, like to experience it, because I can't speak on it.
Yeah.
Really, so
cool.
So he made up 25 to 30 points on Colton back at the napkin math. 25 to 30. So he'll be in the lead by 12 to 15 points.
Wow. That is a lot.
After this event. And then Chris will be behind Taylor. He made up 10 to 15 points by 30 points. So Taylor's got still a thick lead on second place. About 30 points. So it's going to be about a 30-point lead to third to second, and then I'll have a 20-point lead from second to first. 15 to 20.
Man, that's awesome. Hey, we still have 3 more events to go.
Yeah.
You know?
No, four
more events to go.
And we have one very volatile event in the deficit handstand push-ups, because anything can happen with that event.
That's one of those.
Honestly, the biker event too, if you think about it.
You can blow up, and those double unders can go.
If one guy beats everybody by 10 seconds, everybody else is together.
I forget
that's a lot.
Works,
You know what I mean? Like, that's just as much as any longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I think the biggest point margins in history were Olivia's snatch ladder 5-minute workout, and Fraser's friendly Fran 3 to 5 minute workout for most.
Yeah.
Both of those workouts are in that time frame.
Right.
Interesting. You just get one person that's just way better, and it's over.
Yeah.
Dang. And these two favor very different athletes,
100%.
which will be.
And that's what JR was saying earlier. He was like, whoever does really, if somebody can top 5 both of those workouts, that person is probably very, very fit.
I would agree.
Cool.
All right. I think we're.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, dude.
Yeah, probably be back at some point.
Okay.
I'm gonna go train at JR's again.
We'll train at JR's.
What are you doing?
Upper body, bunch
Okay.
of gymnastics.
Okay.
So
Sweet.
nothing crazy.
What are you doing?
No posts. We should look out for.
There might be some posts.
Oh,
We're gonna be working
okay.
on some content. Me and Jason, maybe calling out some people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
should
Make
call-
things exciting.
You should call Colton out.
No. It's like, yeah, Colton, I'll race you on a machine. No. Then he wants to do a 50 bar facing burpees. And,
I get it. I get it. Thanks for coming, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good to have
Appreciate you, Don.
All right, so we have a couple more things. We have our resident
We got
numbers
score
guy.
updates.
Score updates for everybody.
Colton Mertens absolutely destroyed everybody.
Put the mic on there. There we go.
Test.
There we
Gotcha.
go.
So Colton absolutely destroyed everybody with A45. Freaking nuts. He made 18 points on second Chris Ibarra. Overall, Taylor was at 70 points overall on that event. So he was. I was counting. It was about
30 points.
Yeah.
Colton made up.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Nuts. Absolutely took off. So then Joe Piero earlier, I think like heat 3, set that record.
10:56.
Yeah, and Anthony Yim, like guys who really hit bangers early on. Overall standings. Are you guys interested in this?
Yeah.
Colton Mertens in first with 286 points. Taylor Self in second place with 268 points. Chris Ibarra in third with 232 points. Jacob Marlowe,
Wow,
Wow,
Jacob
that was a
Marlowe.
good jump for him.
he has 203 points.
And listen, I don't think he's going to be bad at these next two. I don't
know.
think he's going to murder people, but I don't think he's going to be bad.
Matthias Porter in fifth. Oh, here we go.
I was calling it out.
We talked about
I was
it.
calling it out.
We talked a lot about it. And he walks away.
Matthias Porter, 202 points, right behind Jacob Marlowe. I'm really excited about Matthias.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was the test for him. I think the rest of the weekend pans out pretty well for
the
him.
strict handstand push-ups, man.
He's going to
He's a long, lengthy guy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That doesn't equal good strict deficit handstand push-ups.
Drake Lewis right outside in sixth place with 200
Dang,
points.
that event killed Drake, huh?
Yeah. I
And
thought he
then-
would do better with a little bit more fitness. I thought he
I
had
mean,
the fitness for
yeah,
it.
we felt like he was fit. That
What-
pill
what's
thruster,
Drake at?
that pill thruster threw him up.
Drake's at what? How much?
Drake's at 200 points. So, I mean,
Okay.
like, these guys right outside are just all stacked up. But then there's a huge drop-off to seventh at 175 points, Benjamin Weiss. And then after that, it is Nick Matthew with 163. So he did climb.
No,
the
he
leaderboard.
was
did.
good for him.
Yeah, and I
He
mean, we
needed
didn't. What place did he get overall in that event?
Overall on that event, let's see.
6th or 7th?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
He got 7.
Okay.
So about what we thought he was.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I am really interested to see how these next two events go.
These next
like
two
you
events
said,
are
their
gonna be-
skill totally different. I was asking Kiefer what he thought about the programming up to this point. Is it a good snapshot of the weekend as a whole? Will these standings be close to what we think at the end? He was like, I'm not saying anything till after these two events. Too much skill going
There's
on.
going to be
these next two
so
events.
much movement on these next two.
He was like, watch out. The volatility on the leaderboard is going to be huge.
The separation will be nuts.
Absolutely. These two tests are totally different from the last. Yep. It's going to flip-flop everything. So.
Yep. All right. I mean, that's it, guys. I think we'll come back.
Yeah.
We'll come back at Heat 4 or Heat 3.
Yeah, we'll be back for the girls. For
Heat
their
3 for the
back-to-back.
girls, and then yeah,
See you guys then.
we'll hit it off. We'll see you guys then.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks a lot, Caleb.
I don't know how to.
I don't know how you turn this off. How do you turn this thing off?
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Have a good one, guys.